Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by to watch another episode here at All I See Is W. Well, today I wanted to share with you insights on 3 tickers that I feel can add significant value to your investment portfolio. But before I begin, I'd like to inform you that all of the information I'll be sharing with you should be used as guidance information only. Take my information and do your own research as well. Now, the 3 stocks I'll be sharing with you are INOVIO Pharmaceuticals, iBio, and Skye Bioscience. I'll share with you why I feel that these tickers are value add plays, at least in 2021, and what the share price can gain up to. Let's get started. So first ticker I wanted to share with you is INOVIO Pharmaceuticals. So just recently, in the prior week, we learned that financial analyst Oppenheimer had set the price target for INOVIO Pharmaceuticals up into the mid $30 range. And for this reason, in the pre-market at the time of February opening, the share price had gained up to like $15. However, through the end of the day, it gained about 10%. The question is, in the upcoming week, starting Tuesday when the market opens, will the share price of INOVIO Pharmaceuticals begin to flow in? From a technical standpoint right now, there's more buyers than sellers, and the momentum is beginning to change given the fact that investors of INO know that phase 2 clinical trials is getting towards the end and almost complete, where phase 3 will come into the play. And what we know is that as the current EUA products like Moderna and Pfizer are scaling up, we're getting incident reports being reported. Even though there's millions of distributions, we are seeing the adverse event reporting increasing. So that is alarming news, and that may allow for INOVIO to position itself to gain market share if and when it's able to demonstrate that DNA vaccine is the name of the game. And we know that INOVIO Pharmaceuticals has about 15 DNA immunotherapies, not only focusing on the COVID-19 vaccine, but also in other areas such as infectious diseases, MERS, Zika virus, and even anal dysplasia and glioblastoma. Now, we know that the VGX platform, there's one product that's currently in phase 3 clinical trials. Can you imagine what that would do for the company once FDA approves its VGX platform? That means that it will validate the whole entire DNA product platform. And what we know is that AstraZeneca will be working with INOVIO Pharmaceuticals, leveraging INO's DMAP technology to create newly developed monoclonal antibodies for the future, because we know COVID-19 isn't going away. It's really going to be like the influenza virus, where the virus will continually mutate, and for those reasons there will be increased demands from manufacturers to develop annual vaccines year over year, because it's not going to be eradicated from my perspective. And that's why having vaccines in place will reduce the overall occurrence of deaths and serious injuries, and that's why it's important to have vaccines in place. So that's my takeaway with INOVIO Pharmaceuticals. Let's say if you are a new investor or an existing investor, now is a great time because the momentum is changing, and also the buy to sell ratio is looking good right now for INOVIO investors. Now, next ticker I wanted to share with you is iBio. Now, I've been making videos on iBio for many months now, up through like the end of 2020. And what I want to say is that with Tom Isett, he has assembled a solid team at iBio, where not only has he brought in experts in the field of finance and clinical, he's also brought in experienced members to build on this scientific advisory board. And for those reasons, I firmly believe fast farm technology will begin to showcase itself. And what's interesting is that iBio is also a contract manufacturer for other companies. So what we know is that ATP Therapeutics had partnered up with iBio, where iBio is a contract manufacturer for the design of its monoclonal antibodies, leveraging its patented process, fast farm technology. And if and when the iBio 400, iBio 201, and iBio 200 series gets into human trials, then that means that the share price will start ticking upward. And with the iBio 400, that's more for like the swine flu intended for animals. And with the iBio 201, the subunit lichen protein, I firmly believe that that can add value for humanity. And it's not about who gets to the finish line, but it's really how does a company instill product quality in their product to really deliver on safety and efficacy when it comes to taking drug vaccines. So that's why I firmly believe in the science. And if Texas A&M is working with iBio, then we know that iBio is positioned to do well, because a large institution like Texas A&M wouldn't necessarily work with a company like iBio if it doesn't have the potential to add value to humanity. And that's my takeaway with this company. And from a share price standpoint, I firmly believe that it can start bull running up to the $3 to $5 in the short term come Q1 of this year. And Q2, Q3, I'm firmly positive that it can bull run up to like double-digit share price range. So let's not lose sight of what this company can do. Look at Medicago in Canada, where there's so much praise and increased demand for plant-based vaccines, and that's why iBio is really the only plant-based vaccine company in the United States right now. So put your money on Tom Isett, because he is leading and inspiring a robust team at this company at this time. Next up, I wanted to share with you is Skye Bioscience by the ticker SKYE. Why do I like Skye so much? This is a biotechnology company that's focused on trying to improve medical unmet needs for patients that are dealing with blindness, such as glaucoma. And what's interesting is this is a leading pioneer company leveraging cannabinoids by bridging the gap between science and cannabis, adding bioengineered molecules to its products so that it can work where you don't get the therapeutic high effect, but ultimately getting the drug solvent into your eye where it binds with your innate THC, CBD receptors so that it can bring down the intraocular pressure. Bringing down the intraocular pressure will reduce the likelihood of getting glaucoma. That's the leading cause for people dealing with blindness, because when you have increased intraocular pressure, that's when you have damage to your ganglion cells, and that would result in damage to your optic nerve. That's the leading cause for glaucoma. And what's unique is that the company is working on different preclinical trials right now to demonstrate that its drug product can provide neuroprotective effects. And we know that to date, there's no traditional drug out there in the market that provides neuroprotective effects to prevent glaucoma buildup. If and when the company is able to demonstrate significant reduction in intraocular pressure compared to the traditional drugs, as well as providing neuroprotection, this is going to be the disruptive stock, similar to like GW Pharmaceuticals getting acquired by Jazz Pharmaceuticals. And FDA approved the very first cannabis product, the Epidiolex, that GWPH had made years back, and that's why Jazz Pharmaceuticals saw value in that and made the purchase of GW Pharmaceuticals. So similar story, however, with Skye Bioscience, it has intellectual property where its prodrug is patented, and that its drug product is designed with support from University of Mississippi. And did you know that University of Mississippi is the only entity in the whole federal United States where it's allowed to grow and do research and development on cannabis? So for those reasons, it has a lot of data, and that's why it's able to bioengineer its product with support from the school, now helping out Skye Bioscience to come up with a safe and effective product. Now that's why I firmly believe in its product innovation and the fact that there's a rebranding of the company, as well as having a new CEO in place who's a true businessman. I firmly believe that Skye Bioscience can catapult up to the whole dollar share price range by 2021. In 2022, we can see the catapult possibly up to $3 to $10 from my perspective, because of its disruptive potential for unlocking medical unmet needs using cannabinoids. And there's just an increased demand for companies like Skye Bioscience at this time. And it's a bioengineered product. You're not just using just cannabis from stores that you can just purchase from, right? This is technically going to be a pharmaceutical drug with derivatives from cannabis, with the addition of amino acids such as valine hemisuccinate, so that the enzymes can get through the eye where it'll be more hydrophilic, and once it gets into the eye, the enzymes will become inactive where the THC will bind with your innate receptors in the eye. So that's why I firmly believe in the science, and I'm very excited, and this can support and add value to patients dealing with a growing disease of glaucoma. So overall, these are the three stocks I wanted to share with you: INOVIO Pharmaceuticals, iBio, and Skye Bioscience. I hope that this video added value, and just wanted to say thank you for supporting my channel. And please make sure to hit the like and subscribe for more related content. I'm also considering creating a Patreon site where I will provide early bird insights on hidden gem stocks before I release it to YouTube. So just let me know what you think about that, because I've been getting a lot of questions about Patreon and how come I don't have that set up, because there's an audience that really wants to support that. So I'd love to get your feedback and how I can continue to grow. And thanks again, and happy Valentine's Day all. Have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. Thank you.